Sunday's game between the Packers and the Lions at Lambeau Field is for all the marbles in the NFC North Division, and quite a contrast for the loser of this football game. Right now, both teams playing for at least the 2 seed in the NFC playoffs a week from this weekend, and that's what the winner will get. At Lambeau Field is the 2 seed to the winner. The loser drops all the way to the 6 seed and goes from what would be a first-round bye and a second-round home game all the way to a first-round road game. Neither one of these teams has done very well on the road this season, and you don't want to be the team that falls to the 6th seed. Your playoff chances, your opportunity to make a run at the Super Bowl likely has gone down the drain in a hurry. So this is a huge game for the Packers and the Lions, and what's bigger yet, for the Packers, they're 8-0 or they're 7-0 at home this season, looking to go 8-0. That would be just the 6th time in franchise history. Packers have been around a long time, just the 6th time that the Packers would be perfect on home field soil during their illustrious franchise history. The Detroit Lions, obviously, they haven't won in Green Bay or in Wisconsin in a long time. 23 straight losses to the Packers in Wisconsin dating back to 1991. So that's kind of the way things stack up. Yet this Detroit football team, which knocked off the Packers back in Week 3, is probably as well equipped to knock off the Packers as any Detroit team in the last 23 outings since that 1991 game at Lambeau Field. Their front four is as good as anybody's in football. They've certainly beefed up their secondary, and they have a pretty good linebacking core led by former Badger DeAndre Levy. So that's what comes to Lambeau Field. What doesn't come to Lambeau Field for the Detroit Lions is troubled center Dominic Raiola. You all have seen what happened in the incident against the Bears a week ago, in which he stomped on the foot of defensive lineman Ego Ferguson. Well, that has cost Raiola a game. It's this Sunday. He won't be around for the Packers and the Lions game. They will have to go to backups. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that Detroit is in big trouble. We've seen what a rookie center can do. The Packers certainly have seen that firsthand with the play of Corey Linsley. He's stepped on campus in Green Bay early on and has been remarkable from the get-go. So it doesn't mean that a rookie near the end of his first season can't come up and play a big football game, in this situation. So I wouldn't necessarily claim doomsday for the Detroit Lions. Aaron Rodgers, he just doesn't turn the football over. That's bad news for the Lions. They're 7-1 when they maintain control of the turnover advantage. In other words, the Lions don't turn it over as many times as their opponent. There's a good chance they're going to win the football game. Packers have been stingy at home. Rodgers has gone 396 straight passes at Lambeau Field without an interception. That's a span of 34 consecutive touchdown passes without a pick at Lambeau Field. So that's what the Lions are up against at home. Rodgers did pass for just 1 touchdown in the loss to the Lions the last time around. We'll see what happens. The Packers offense has been in a little bit of trouble. They have not fared quite as well. And, of course, there's always the concern about Aaron Rodgers' calf injury. Coming off the flu, coming off a calf injury, I have every confidence the flu won't be an issue, but we don't know about the calf, and the Packers aren't saying much. They certainly don't want to tip their hand to the Detroit Lions as to just where Rodgers' health stands. It's been a limited practice week all week long because the Packers and the NFL teams no longer can go through contact at this point in time. So it's pretty much glorified non-padded workouts for the Packers and the entire National Football League from this point moving forward. So we really don't know exactly where Rodgers stands, not to mention reporters aren't allowed in a good portion of the practice when team activities are taking place. So Packers and Lions, I like the Packers in a tight one, and the reason I like it, home field advantage. Again, neither one of these teams is good on the road. The fact that the Packers are playing this game at home should give the slight edge to Green Bay. I like the Packers. I like the Packers as a 2 seed going into the playoffs, and in all likelihood, they'll have to go through Seattle in the NFC Championship game if they're going to be able to get through the Super Bowl. We'll see if they can pull it off in Seattle. Packers over the Lions this weekend, and we'll be back again to talk more about that matchup on Monday.